Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Sunday, May the 4th. Wow, May the 4th be with you. I always wanted to say that. But anyway, welcome to our Sunday leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I'm just super excited about today. I'm super excited that we're in a new month and that you really, really have got to get our goals going. If you've forgotten what your goals are, revisit your goals. So a quick trip to the newbie corner. One of the things that I wanted to focus on was something that happened yesterday, and I don't know if some of you may have seen um, the Saturday training, but well, the after part of the Saturday training. But I attended a training, a leadership training that was not our company's, and it was so interesting because word for word, the person that was, I guess, the head speaker was basically parroting everything that our leadership team teaches us, word for word. I mean, maybe a little change up, every now and then, but it was just very foundational about what we teach. And I was just like, this isn't right here. But that being said, make sure that you keep your focus on what the amazing coaches here, Coach Marcus, Coach Will, Coach Tina, Coach Sonic, all the coaches, Coach Seymour, Coach Charlotte, all of the coaches here. Focus on what we are teaching here. Everybody here is united. We basically teach the same thing. There's nothing that you're missing. And as a newbie, that can kind of make you feel like, well, maybe there's something else out there. Now, one of the cool things that I was a part of as Coach Will's accountability groups that he probably won't, from what I heard, he's not going to be doing anymore. But well, who knows? But one of the things was that if you are good, if you're planted where you are, if you have a firm flag, a firm plant where you are in your company, you should be able to take from someone if there's a piece of knowledge you're not aware of, and still not be led to, oh, let me just jump over here. No, stay where you are, but be able to take, you should be able to learn from anybody. If you're a well-rounded person, you should be able to learn from anybody, take information and apply it to what you're doing as far as if it's mindset or if it's skill set. And then just keep going. But that being said, I would like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world. He is a seven-figure earner here at Green Organics and our first six-figure earner over at Goldesana, an amazing teacher. Definitely knows how to help you get your business going to where you want to be. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, I am available. Can you hear my audio okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that kind introduction. And as always, for those words from the newbie corner, those are just great and they never get old. So thank you for doing that. And just along the lines, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and thank y'all for joining us. Um, the things that Miriam was talking about from a training standpoint. Okay, from a training standpoint, I really had to just be okay with the fact that a lot of the information that myself and Coach Marks and other coaches teach is being parroted by other trainers in the industry, some who may have more long-term career earnings than us. I'm actually very grateful for that because number one, it means that there's good coaching going on out there. It means that people are going to learn how to build businesses properly with loyalty and professionalism and excellence. And they're really starting to understand what network marketing is all about. And because of the law of compensation, which we covered, that income is going to come back to the source that it came from anyway. So that's wonderful. And I was doing some calculations earlier and I've done over 800 calls. I think it's 820 calls so far for Green Organics Company since I've been here, and so I'm just excited to get to do 1,000 calls for this company. And I want to thank everybody too, especially those of you who are in the Bible-based personal development group. We had some internet issues earlier, so we have to reschedule that class. But not just them. I want to thank everybody, just for your patience with all of us as leaders. We're not perfect. No human being is perfect. Uh, and the fact that you guys and girls will still hear and support us and trust the teaching that we teach you, and hopefully use the teaching to get to the next level of your business and really benefit your life and the lives of other people. We really appreciate that, and I don't ever want you to think that just go, I'm just getting on a call, I'm not doing a whole lot. No, either you need the call or the call needs you. Either you need the event or the event needs you. Either you need the training or the training needs you. So everybody on here is a critical part of what we're doing with the next phase. And we got some really important announcements coming up the next couple of days. Big announcements, and I'm going to cover those once we get the green light to share on those, and some things that we're developing behind the scenes to make sure that 2025 is your best year ever in your network marketing career. So that being said, whenever you do have one of our coaches doing a call, just know that we don't just promote anybody doing a call. Every single coach that we have on a call is a multiple six-figure earner over the course of their network marketing career. And most, soon it'll be everybody, but most are going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions just with the Green Organics family of companies. So that's a super, super big deal. Every coach that we have is well qualified to teach any call. Any of us could teach any of the other calls. Tina, Sonic, Marcus, Kim, myself, and hopefully, not hopefully, I know for sure, Seymour, Miriam, Sydney. I know there's a lot of people coming down the pipe. I don't think Coach Charlotte wants to do calls. I asked her about that. Charlotte's like, no, I'm good. I just want to be live in person and get people fired up. So, that's her right. But we definitely want to make sure that we have the right quality of people doing the coaching and teaching who have actually got in the trenches and who have done the work and got the results. And that's something that we didn't always do that. So it's really great that that's the barometer of how to eventually get to do a call or be featured on calls here. So that being said, let's dive into the information. Tonight, I actually got an interesting text message, just a quick story. I got an interesting text message earlier today from a couple who was in our organization in HBN probably some time back, and they messaged me because they had not been able to get in touch with their sponsor for several months. I didn't even know they had my personal phone number, but they were at an event some years ago and actually got my number. And they reached out and said, hey, been reaching out to our sponsor. Are they even still in the business? And I had to shoot them straight. I was like, nope, that may be why they're not responding. I really don't know. I haven't talked to them in years, probably 2 years, give or take. And he said, well, me and my husband are ready to get back in the game, and we need to do this. And I was like, great. She said, send me a link. And I said, okay. And I sent her a link, and we have a coaching call scheduled after this coaching call. So just know, just keeping your head in the game and staying in the game. When I first got here, Coach Marcus would tell me that. He was like, man, just look, plant a flag, don't quit, because a lot of times, just the way the law of compensation works, people will just stumble into your business because you're providing valuable results to people, and leading with integrity and brand loyalty. Imagine if that person would have texted me and I'd have been like, nope, we're not at Green Organics no more. We at this company, and that company. Just imagine if that would have happened. That person would have been like, oh no, absolutely not. So just understanding staying in the game is super, super important for you. Get in, plug in, stay in. That's GPS, and your GPS will always get you to where you want to go. Okay. So that being said, we're going to open up with this one tonight with the verse from the book of Luke, which is shockingly applicable to network marketing. And that's going to be from chapter 14. It says, for which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether you have enough to complete it? Otherwise, when you have laid the foundation for the tower and are unable to finish, all who see it will begin to ridicule you, saying, this person began to build and was not able to finish. Okay, so this call tonight is really about counting the cost. Whenever you're building something, there's going to be a certain cost of money and time and effort and building materials that you need to do at the beginning. You notice the verse says, for which of you desiring to build a tower? So yeah, thank you, Coach Marcus. Luke 14, 28 to 30. desiring. So if you have the desire to build a network marketing business, you should sit down first. Okay, that's not an area of massive action, and count the cost. What is it really going to take for me to get to my goals? What is it really going to take to get to the goals? Whether you have enough to complete it, because some people need to really sit down and say, you know what? If this is what it really takes to build a business, I ain't got it. Because if you start it and don't finish, look what it says. All who see it, that unfinished product of yours, all who see it begin to ridicule you, saying, this person began to build and was not able to finish. And that is why the network marketing industry, a big part of it anyway, does not have the reputation it should have. People, for some reason, are going to Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, and this, that, or a third before they take a serious look at network marketing. So tonight we're going to address all of that, and hopefully, I was really excited getting this training together for this. Oh yeah, jumping is the same thing. Miss, you're right. Going from company to company to company is the same thing as not finishing what you started in the first place, and it just is what it is. Um, but that being said, luckily we got the internet back up rolling about maybe 15 minutes ago. It just came. The service technician just left, so it worked out really well that we were able to get this call done. So network marketing is not a lottery ticket. We need to be very clear about that. The problem is it is actually possible, and it happens. It happened for people that I know personally. Okay, who joined one who sponsor a few people. One person that I know, me, Coach Marcus, and some other people know, sponsored 6 people. Two of them quit. 2 of them didn't do a whole lot. One of them was really good. The other one was good. And that person has made over 6 figures with the company and hadn't attended a call in forever. So technically, you could actually just sponsor the right person and create a residual 6-figure income for yourself. We just don't want to tell you that that's going to happen because it's so rare. Has it happened? Yes. Could it happen? Sure. Is it going to happen again for somebody? Probably so. Okay. But it didn't happen for me. It didn't happen for Coach Mark. It didn't happen. It's so rare. We don't even like to pretend that that's the way that it happens. So network marketing is not a lottery ticket. It's not hype. We really want to just continue to put the blueprint in front of your face. And the first piece of the blueprint is to really count the cost of the building of the business of the tower that you want to build. So if you want $10,000 a month, if you want $20,000 a month in residual income, if you want to be debt free, time free, and have free time too and money, you got to really sit down and count what it's really going to take. So let's unpack that, because the only thing worse than not starting is starting and not finishing. That is a bad look. Okay, so success in network marketing, as we told you the last several weeks, especially on the duplication machine calls, success is not magical. It is mathematical. Okay, please write that down. Success is not magical. Your success is mathematical. Now, I'm going to give you some numbers right now that most support teams, most uplines are afraid to say. Okay, because we got to tell you the truth, the real. We have to continue, as we've done for the last 6 years, to give you the real so that you'll know what it really takes so you can get some real results. All right. So these are some numbers. This is what it is. There are about 6 million reps in the United States. Okay. Now, these same numbers do apply for our international team members, the numbers I give you after this, but just in the US, 6 million reps, give or take. Okay. These are not counting customers. These are people who have raised their hand and said, I want to build a network marketing business. Okay. About 6 million people. 20% of them will never get a single sale, ever. Not one. Not one. So that's a number you need to know. The bottom 20% of network marketers will buy a product. These are not just customers. These are people who said, I want to build a business. I'm joining for that reason. I have goals. Okay. And it's just what it is. This is all of these numbers for all of network marketing, the whole industry, not just our company, the whole industry. The reason I didn't use our company numbers, because our company numbers are actually a lot higher than the industry average, which is not surprising at all, because we teach. For example, for anyone who's ever come to our boot camp, you've had an opportunity to participate in a hot market training contest that we have done at 99% of our events that we've ever done. if you've been to one of our boot camps, like the one coming up in Nashville, September the 12th through the 14th, by the way, and we got announcements coming up this week about that, by the way. And you ever participated in the hot market contest and you got at least one sale, okay? Please put that in the chat. If you've got at least one, put I got one sale, or put I got more than one. Just put whatever that is that you got. You don't have to put the number. I know some of y'all had 15, 16, 17 sales, but just put more than one if you got more than one. If you got one, put one. Now, here's the crazy part. Every one of you just attending one boot camp to learn that one skill, you are automatically in the top 80%. You're not in the bottom 20% of network marketers, period. That's all it takes. That's all it takes is one sale. And the crazy part is once you learn it, you don't have to come back to a boot camp to do that again. You can do it anytime. And you can teach people how to do it even if they're not at the boot camp. You see? So that's the value of understanding the numbers. If you want to immediately take your new team member out of the bottom 20% that never gets a sale, it takes one sale. Okay. Now here's another. So that's 6 million reps in the US. There's way more than that globally, but 20% of reps all around the world will never get a single sale. Here's another number. The average network marketing career, 5 years. That's the average. Okay. We know that most people, 90% of network marketers are gone within the first 12 months. Just not with whatever company no more. That's the numbers. But if you averaged it out with the people like myself and a lot of people on this call, we're going to be here for a long time. All right. We're going to be here for a long time. Okay. And what does that mean? It means that our numbers, because we're going to be with the company 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20, 30 years till God called me home. Okay. Our numbers are going to skew that and bring the average way up. Okay. So what is the average network marketing career length? 5 years. Okay. That's another number a lot of network marketers don't even know. A lot of leaders and trainers don't even know that. Average career, 5 years. Here's another number, very, very scary number. I just said it. I'm going to say it again just so you know. Within the first year, 90% of network marketers, they're just not with that. They're still in the industry. They're not with that company anymore. Okay. They might be with another company, but they're not with that company no more. And that's 90%, which is really crazy. Now, remember, our numbers here at Green Organics are way different. Think about that. Okay. A lot of people, how many people have been here longer than a year? How many people have been with our Green Organics companies longer than a year? Put in the chat. Okay. Everybody who's in the chat right now, I wish the people on the recording could see this. This is the benefit of seeing this live. Every one of you, okay, are already above 90% of network marketers. Like, think about that conceptually. You should congratulate yourselves because you're literally in the top 10% of network marketers. Then that doesn't mean that you're going to make top 10% money yet, but it does mean that you have the potential to do that. Because if people quit, you can never be a top earner. All right. So let me give you another number. This is a very scary number right here. All right. Numbers, most uplines are scared to tell you because they don't know or they don't want you to know. All right. So we know that the bottom 20% of network marketers never get a single sale. We know that these numbers don't apply to our company, but this is the industry worldwide. This is what people are dealing with outside of our company. Okay. Here's another one. 60% of network marketers earn $100 or less over the course of their 5-year career. I'm going to let that one sink in. 60% of network marketers earn $100 or less over the entire course of that 5-year career. Well, how does that work? Because here's another number. The average network marketing commission check is $8. The average network marketing commission check is $8. And when you think about that and then subtract auto ships from that, okay, for whatever company these people are with, all right, their average is the money they make, their profit, okay? 60% of network marketers earn $100 or less over an entire 5-year career. And then the crazy part is a lot of companies have these big starter kits, okay? So even when they are making some money, if they jump to another company, they got to go in and pay another activation fee. We don't even have that here. But every time they jump, there's some extra money at a lot of these companies that people charge. Starter kits, activation fees, bunch of product up front. It's never just something clean, 100 CV forever. It's nothing weird. It's nothing simple like that. It's always some type of shenanigans for the people who are starting over, all right? So 60% earn $100 or less over a 5-year career. That's crazy. Oh, monthly website fees. That's nasty work. That is diabolical. That's diabolical. Okay, but the owners want to make money any way they can, and that's the reason why we have something so special here. Paula doesn't charge for any of that. I mean, flat rate shipping, no matter how heavy your package is, again, that's crazy. That's flat rate global shipping. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. Okay. So we have something different here. So if you look at the bottom 20%, these are good people, but they just never get a sale. And then the 60%, okay, earn less than $100 over the course of a whole 5-year career. That's 80% of network marketers, ladies and gentlemen. 80% of network marketers either A, never get a sale, or not one, or B, they earn less than $100 of profit or less over a 5-year average career. And you wonder why it's so much more attractive for people to just go do DoorDash or Uber or Lyft. Sure, you're going to ruin your car. Sure, you're going to make pennies on the dollar driving to places where you don't know, dealing with crazy people. Sure, your car going to be smelling like food or your car going to be smelling like people. But I get it. I get it. Okay. Why? Because as a network marketing industry, we simply have not done a good enough job to educate the teams so you can educate people. I'm not going to have a problem recruiting because I know the information. Okay. When you know the information, thank goodness you're on calls like this. And like we always say, watch the recording again, one time if you're curious, 2 times if you're serious, so you learn how to get this information into the hands of people. All right. Because even though 80% of network marketers are making 100% or less over 5 years, and 20% of that is not even getting a single sale, this is still the most powerful business model on earth. I'm gonna give you more numbers to show you that. Okay, just understand that this is still the most powerful business model on earth because the money that the top 20% make, hear me out, you're talking to one of them. Okay, the money that the top 20% make is better than any other career that an average person from average beginnings and background, okay, that's not 7 feet tall or know how to play a guitar or something, like non-entertainers, the money at the top 20% network marketing is better than any other career that an average person can have access to. I want you to really think about the veracity of that statement, really process it. The money at the top 20% of network marketers is better than any other career that an average person can have access to. Okay. Even the career sports superstars, think about this, who make all of the money, the sports people, they are born different. Okay. Women's sports, they're not getting paid nearly what they need to be getting paid. So don't even think about that as a career. You have women's college basketball players that make more money in college than they do as professionals. So I don't think anybody is going to make multi-million-dollar big time career trying to pursue that. Okay. Because in most sports, in most career and corporate, there's a huge pay gap between men and women, between white and black, Asian and this. It's not equal. And that's just what it is. You're going to get over it at some point. It's what it is. I know it may not be right. It may not feel right. Listen, you got to learn how to work with the financial system the way it is. Okay. That's why calls like this are important. So even the career sports stars, good luck being one of them. But even if you were, okay, look at how long it took them to get to that level. They had to play basketball or football and stay injury free, by the way, no serious injuries, from the age of 7 all the way to 20. That's like 15 years of nonstop every day. I'm playing basketball every day, putting the work in every day. They're still building something. They just get their checks on the back end, but it takes 15 to 20 years to get to the level to get that big money being a pro athlete. And most people cannot even get to that level. So it's not something, a lot of people have access to. All right. Can't help a lot of people with that. All right. The actors and actresses and musicians, they play music their whole life and are not paid for a very long time. And when they do want to make money, they have to live in either LA or New York or Nashville. They can't even live where they want. Okay. And then with all of that stuff that happened with Harvey Weinstein in Hollywood and Diddy in the music industry, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it to try to make millions of dollars in music or entertainment? I don't think so. It's you see, so the money at network marketing is quite simply better than any other career, hear me out, that an average person, okay, can have access to. If the numbers are what they are, the likelihood of you having that type of success is what it is. Because when you commit to be a 20 percenter, top 20 percenter, when you really commit, when you really understand, okay, 70% of people are going to die broke. I'm not going to be one of them, but I want to be one of the top 20% of network marketers. I want to go all in. I want to plug in, get in, stay in, go all in. And here is the real cost. The coaches, myself, and many others, Coach Marks and others, we've been doing this long enough. These numbers are what they are, not just from our company, but for the entire industry. Okay. This is the top 20 percentage. This is what it takes to get to $50,000 a year in residual income. Okay. It takes 5 to 10 years. Okay. It takes 5 to 10 years. Now, that's again, does it happen here faster? Yeah, probably so. For the top 20%, yes, 3 to 5. But because our pay plan is so good. But for the industry average, 5 to 10 years still ain't bad. Why? Because that's only working 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's why. Okay. So to be a top 20 percenter, to make $50,000 a year residual income on autopilot, the real cost is on average for the whole industry, no matter what company you with. Okay. Does it happen here faster? Yes. We've proven that over and over again. We got so many $50,000 earners, we don't even count them no more. Okay. That's crazy. We don't even count them. I couldn't tell you how many we have. We just 100 and we start counting there. All right. But it takes 5 to 10 years on average. And that's 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. So if you want to work that, but you're not committed to be at a company for 5 to 10 years and give it 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, you shouldn't even start, probably, honestly, because that's what it really takes in real life. There's no, it just bothers me to no end when where did you come from, little mosquito? So it bothers me to no end when we still see owners to this day, still see people at companies to this day saying stuff like, join now. You can make thousands of dollars a month or thousands of dollars a week. No recruiting, no selling, no education, no meeting, no products, no what? What? And people still fall for it. That's the craziest part. 70 percenters are still falling for the okie doke. It's crazy, but it's true. We're telling you what it really takes based on the objective data. You can look this stuff up, do the research yourself. I've already done it. I'm giving it to you. Okay. The top 20% making at least $50,000 a year residual. Okay. Not real estate money, because real estate agents can make $50,000 a year, but you gotta sell at least 1 or 2 houses a month. You gotta really be on your real estate grind to make $50,000 a year. That's just the truth for the friends I know that do real estate. But network marketing, I'm talking residuals. I mean, every year, even if you want to retire and go away, guess what? 5 to 10 years, 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. Have at it. That's the cost. That's what it takes. And you have to be on auto ship at the max level for whatever company you with. Typically, the average is between $100 and $200. That's most companies. Okay. You got to be there the whole time. You got to count the cost. It's what it takes. You want me to lie to you? You sell you some wolf tickets? No, this is what it really takes for real. Well, I just want to get in at 5 CV and get some deal. Okay, good. But I can tell you, you're not going to get here. You may, hopefully you'll upgrade later when you're able, but I got to give you the real, all right. Let's look at the top 3%, because that's when it really gets fun. So you got top 20%, and then you got this, out of that 20%, you have 17%. Then you got the top 3%. All right. Now the top 3% make over $100,000 a year. That's the top 3%, over $100,000 a year. Now for them, the average time it takes, 10 to 15 years. 10 to 15 years. Okay. And what does that take? 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's crazy, but it's true. 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. You just have to do it longer. I didn't believe when I was looking at it. It was crazy, but that's what it really takes. That's what it is. Okay. Next up. Let's look at the top 1%. Top 1%. I'm there. Coach Marks is there. I know Coach Kim got a couple of coaches there, and I want all of y'all to be there if you want to be. But I got to tell you what it really takes. And this is on average. Okay, just keep that in mind. Our company is special, but this is the industry average. So even if you leave, you can apply these numbers somewhere else. You want to go to another company, go. Provided that company stays open, this is what it takes. You want to be in the top 1%? That is $250,000 a year and up. Okay, $250,000 a year and up. Residual. That is a 15+ year career in network marketing. That's what it takes. Okay, that's what it takes. How many hours a day? At the beginning, the numbers were the same. 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. But typically somewhere between 100,000 and 250,000 a year, the people I surveyed and the data I collected, people started quitting their jobs. We can't keep Coach Marcus working forever, but I'm glad he's there because it's going to make sense in a little bit. I'm going to tell you why it's so important that he still has his full-time job and always had, okay? And still made millions and millions of dollars in network marketing. I got to tell you why in a little bit. But that's the top 1%. $250,000 a year and up, top 1%. The millionaires are up in there too, but $250,000 a year and up, okay? That's a 15-year average career, okay? And at some point in their career, they went from 2 hours a day because they quit their job to 4 hours a day. So the top earners are typically averaging between 2 and 4 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. But their career length on average is 15 years. That's what it is. Now, Will, wait a minute. I know that, you know, on the HBN side for sure, and soon at the Go to Sign side, but at the HBN side for sure, I know at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, if not more, that are making more than $250,000 a year. And nobody has been at HBN longer than 10 years, much less 15. So do these numbers work faster than 15 years for people who are at this company? If you want them to, yes, we have proven that over and over again. Coach Marks and I and others have been at these numbers. 15 years, no. 10 years, no. Probably closer to 4 or 5 to get consistent $250,000 a year minimum, maybe even 3. Okay, but here's the point. You don't need everybody. You just need the committed people. And if you're not going to build it to win, I wouldn't even bother laying a foundation, honestly. I just wouldn't do it if you're not going to play to win. So the reason why I gave you those real, true, verified industry average numbers, and not because it can't happen faster here, oh, it can, and it does. And for some of you, it will. But this is for the whole industry. So you start to understand this business model at a deeper level. Top 20%, $50,000 a year, $75,000 a year up in there. That's a 5 to 10 year career, 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. Personal development, income producing activities, period. Okay. Top 3%, $100,000 a year and up. Okay. $200,000 a year. When you get up in there, 10 to 15 year career, 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. All right. Top 1%, $250,000 a year and up, $500,000, all this type of stuff and up. Millions of dollars, all of that. 15-year career, okay? And somewhere between 2 to 4 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's what it is. That's the cost. That's what it really, really takes. Okay? Some of y'all didn't know that. Now that you know that, okay, you can make a decision. And here's the crazy thing about 15 years. Some people say, well, I've been in network marketing 10 years, or I've been with HBN for 5 years, and it's that, yeah, but you done took a couple months off. We didn't see you for a minute, buddy. We didn't see you, and I'm not speaking to nobody in particular. I'm just telling you this is how it happens. I've been in network marketing 10 years. No, you've been in network marketing for 1 year 10 times. That'll sink in for somebody later. You've been in network marketing. I've been in network marketing 20 years. No, sir. You've been in network marketing for 1 year 20 times. Okay? When I talk about a 5-year career, 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, we don't mean the people that just fall off for a month and a half, 2 months, and then pop back up and try to get it again, and then fall off again a year later, and then 6 months later, they back in the game. That don't even apply to you. This is talking about people who are consistent, 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, online or in person. They don't miss events. They on auto ship every month. It is what it is, okay? And that doesn't, the international team members, it is obviously a different standard, but the hours a day is still the same. They just can't get around the world, travel back and forth until later in their careers, and that's normal. Okay, that's acceptable. So this is US stuff right now. All right. So my personal advice would be do it right, do it once. Because you're either going to do it right or you're going to have to do it again. And at some point, it's not going to work for you. At some point, you'll have jumped from so many companies to companies, or you'll have start, stop with your company for so long, nobody's going to take you seriously or respect you anymore. Nobody's going to answer your calls. Nobody's going to answer your Facebook. There are people who probably still message me on Facebook and they just don't know they have been archived for the last year. Like, I don't even see these messages. I don't even look in that folder because they already showed me what they were going to do and not do. Start, stop, jump, start. I'm not wasting my time on that, and you shouldn't either. They don't need me to be successful anyway, but I'm not going to let anybody waste my time because I can't get it back. Can't get it back. Okay, that's what it is. All right. Now, Proverbs chapter 24, verse 27 says this. This is a good one. Prepare your work outside, get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. Okay? Prepare your work outside, get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. You don't just sign up and get rich, okay? You have to master the invite. You got to really sharpen your follow-up. For the time that you do follow up, it needs to be a good one, okay? You have to build a rhythm of prospecting and inviting and presenting or sending videos. You've got to figure that out. You have to develop a professional edge in a field full of rookies and amateurs. You have to develop yourself as a professional to be in the top 20%, okay? Amateurs hope, professionals prepare. And the moment you treat this $1 million business, which it is, but the moment you start treating it like that is the moment it's going to start paying you like that. Literally, let me show you. There is something called opportunity displacement bias, okay? ODB, which is funny. When I read that earlier, I'm a Wu-Tang Clan fan. I thought it was funny. ODB, opportunity displacement bias, okay? That term really captures the tendency of most people to overvalue traditional opportunities like college because it's socially acceptable. And they are going to undervalue disruptive non-traditional paths like network marketing, even though the ROI, return on investment, is better, faster, and proven. Okay, college graduates are going to college, and this is nothing. I got 2 degrees. Okay, so I'm a fan of college. However, college graduates are going to college because it's socially acceptable. They're going into debt. They're graduating with debt, and they're graduating without a guaranteed job. Most Starbucks baristas have at least a bachelor's degree. You got to really think about how crazy that is. $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 of student loan debt, and they're working at Starbucks taking my coffee order because I can't get my Nova sold out. So when I'm driving somewhere, I'm trying to ration out the Nova I have left, and I got to drink a Starbucks. I don't like it. It's what it is. And so those are college degree people. Okay, when me and Kendrell do meetings in Atmore, Alabama, we meet at the Starbucks, and we typically order a croissant and a hot cup of water and put coffee. We ain't got it, we'll get coffee. But them ladies that work there and those young men that work there, they're college graduates. It's crazy, but it's true. You just got to understand that. So opportunity displacement bias, it's really an irrational tendency for most people to overvalue traditional paths because they're societally acceptable, okay? And they undervalue disruptive paths like network marketing, even when the ROI, return on investment, is better, faster, and proven. Kid you not, okay? So most people are trapped in the opportunity displacement bias. Most people, okay? They will mortgage their house to send their kid to college. Now, with college, there's no guarantee of income, just guaranteed debt and a lot of time, all right? But when you tell them about a network marketing that costs less than a PlayStation and has paid out billions in commissions, they hesitate. What? Okay, think about that. People will take out loans, they will mortgage their house to send their kid to college. No guarantee of income, no guarantee of a good job, just guaranteed debt. You tell the same parents about network marketing that costs less than a PlayStation and has made billions for people in commissions, they hesitate. Now, that's not logic. That is opportunity displacement bias thinking. Okay. And those people, quite frankly, are going to be 7 out of 10 people. You just got to understand that. So people are stuck in that opportunity displacement bias. They're stuck in tradition trap thinking. Okay. They'll help a kid pack for college. They'll drop 60 grand in tuition, that money they tend to take a loan out on the house for, by the way. And they're going to hope for a $40,000 a year job. But when you suggest starting a $180 business that pays royalties, they look at you like you crazy. Our society is 70% broke, and they are conditioned to reward the opportunity bias thinking. They're conditioned to celebrate when people get accepted to college and go to college with no scholarship. You got to pay for it. I got accepted to school. Oh, yeah. They are conditioned to get excited about the debt that's coming in the terrible job market. AI is lighting these jobs up. Okay, because of AI, the job that AI isn't replacing artificial intelligence and cognitive learning machine models are not taking people's places. They are making one person be able to do the job of 5. So 4 of those jobs out of here. Out of here. They're not even going to be there in 4 years when these kids graduate from college. Them jobs is gone already. Them kids just don't know it. Right? They celebrate it on social media, but you make a network marketing post, other than you got 1 like. That's crazy. But people aren't thinking logically. They've been conditioned to reward that type of opportunity bias thinking. And that's not the worst part. The worst part is they've been conditioned to punish disruptive business models of finance, regardless of logic. They have been conditioned to talk crazy about your business, not support you, and try to tear it down. And that's what you got to understand. That's what you have to beat. That's the part of the cost. I told you how much it costs. I told you how many years it takes on average. I told you got to be on auto ship. You got to learn the stuff. We talked about all of that. But you're also part of the cost. You're also going to have to overcome a social conditioning that most people have where they irrationally overvalue traditional, high cost, low return paths and undervalue low cost, low barrier, high result paths like network marketing, simply because the traditional path feels normal, or it feels respectable, even when it's ineffective. Did you know that as a network marketer, you are 2 times more likely to make full-time income than a real estate agent? Did you know as a network marketer, you are 3 times more likely to make 6 figures or more than a real estate agent? Like, did you even know that that's what the numbers were? But people will look at pride when somebody's in between jobs, which means I'm unemployed. I'm in between jobs right now. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a real estate agent. I'm going to be a real estate license. I'm going to work for a brokerage. I'm going to pay a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand for these real estate licenses and everything. But then I'm going to get dressed fancy every day and go drive my car around to show other people houses that I can't even afford. And people will cheer for that. They'll cheer for that. They'll cheer for that. But if you say, you know what, I got to do something different. I'm going to do network marketing. Doesn't cost me a lot. Could make me a whole lot. Might set me up for life. I'm working with some people who are financially straight. They making tons of money, residual income. I got to try this out. People, oh no. Oh no, babe, what you doing? That's a scam. Stop. That's crazy. You're not the crazy one. People are suffering from an opportunity displacement bias and don't even know what that is because they've never been educated on it because they're in the bubble. So we have to try our best to educate people. So you have to do a certain amount of what I call perception warfare. And that's the hard part about network marketing. It's not getting the products. That's easy. We love the products. It's not attending trainings. They're fun and we love to learn. It's not attending boot camps like the one in Nashville, September 12th to the 14th. We love hanging out with each other. We love doing fun stuff and climbing mountains and throwing axes and getting awards and winning. And we love this stuff. The hard part is really the perception warfare. And that's really, it's not even hard, but that's the daily battle that someone who wants to be a top 20% network marketer That's what you're going to, that's the battle you got to fight, perception warfare. You have to challenge people's old programming, knowing that 70% of the time it won't work. And you have to reframe through your results what success even looks like, because you're not offering just a product. A lot of y'all think that that's all we have to offer is the product. And the products are great. We got to have them. That's the first step in the best system is product. So don't get it twisted. We are fans of, look, we are products of the product. All right. Just don't get it twisted. But we're not just offering that. We're also offering a relatively simple new lens or way of seeing freedom. Okay, it's a type of detoxing people of their cultural beliefs about how to make money and be successful because it's not working. All right, we're not just building teams, we're literally engaged in perception warfare. All right, you got to undo 12 plus years of conditioned schooling, decades of cultural conditioning in a system that tells people the only way to win is to either go work for somebody else at a job, and 60% of people surveyed don't even like their job, spend 40 years there, and hope that your pension is still around when you retire at 67 years old. That's what people are being told is great. Or 4 years of college and then start the 40-year career, which is a terrible idea. Okay? The only cure that I can currently find is network marketing, and the cure really is results. You got to at some point put the work in, find the committed people, find your tribe, find your two, help them do the same thing and get the results, and then your recruiting becomes way easier. I hate to break it to you, okay? So it's better to say nothing than to make a promise to yourself and to your team and not keep it, okay? It's better to just do nothing, say nothing. You don't have to hype it up. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Like Coach Marcus said yesterday, watch the feet, not the lips. Watch the feet, not the mouth, okay? Don't hype it up. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me with your calendar. Show me with your results. Show us with your daily mode of operation. Show us with your consistency. Show us with your auto ship on the first of the month. We look in the back office. I saw people with, this is no exaggeration, thousands of volume over here, at least 500 or 600 volume over here, literally on auto ship for like 25 BV, and don't even have a second person sponsor to get that stuff cleared out. Crazy. We've seen it so many times. It's just, so don't tell us nothing. Please show us what you're going to do. And the only promise that matters is the one you make to your future self. Don't tell me nothing. Just go do the stuff. We'll see it. Promise we'll see it. The only promise that matters is the one you make to your future self. Okay. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be predictable. Okay. And the only person who can predict your consistency and whether or not you'll be here long enough to win is you. Okay. So you can either keep going or keep struggling. It's really your call. Okay. Because with network marketing, every rep has a choice. You're either going to quit when it's slow or you're going to stay in the game until the floodgates open, because success in network marketing doesn't really show up overnight. But when it does show up, it pays you for the rest of your life. Okay, so don't stop planting and watering just because the harvest is taking its time. It all has a season. Okay, it all has a season to it. And so as we get to the close of the call, let's talk some more facts. Let's talk some more. Y'all like numbers? Y'all like the facts and the accurate facts? I'm not giving y'all no emotion, no hype. I'm giving you the facts. This is the numerical statistics. You can look this stuff up, and you got the 30 and 40-year plan. I'm going to tell you right now, school teachers, I love them to death. Okay? There's only 2 states in the world where school teachers can make $100,000 a year. And there's really only one. It's California. And who want to live there? It's beautiful, but I don't know. And New York. New York will pay their teachers up to $95,000, $96,000 a year. But guess how long it takes? Take a guess. How long does it take for a teacher in New York or California to make over $100,000 a year? Just take a guess. How many years you got to be teaching for that to happen? I know because I looked it up, but I want you to take a guess. How long does it take for a teacher in New York or California to make over $100,000 a year? 30. You got to think, Greta, you got to be teaching for 30 years to even get to that amount. And you got to be really living frugal while you're doing that. That's crazy. And all the other states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, no teachers making 100 grand. Get over it. No, none. They don't even pay them that. They don't even pay them that. That's crazy, but it's the truth. Okay. Nurses. You know, I love the medical field people, especially nurses, because nurses do all the work. Now, nurses will make at the peak of their career the low hundreds, like 110, 120,000. Nurses can make six figures. What does a nurse have to do to make six figures a year? Because nurses can do it more than teachers can. Nurses can get anywhere from 90 to about 120,000. What do nurses have to do other than just work a long career? But other than that, what do nurses have to do to make that type of money? Lynn said it. They got to live at the hospital. 12-hour shifts, typically back to back. Nurses have to work. No 40-hour work week, minimum 60-hour weeks for nurses. Minimum, no holidays. It's what it is. But that's what they got to do. But at least they can do it. At least they can do it. Okay? Cops, get out of here. We're not even going to have the conversation about police. If you even live long enough as a cop to get up to $100,000 a year, buddy, you're 80. Like, get over that. So, and that's just 100,000. Now, here's the crazy part about jobs that are non-corporate CEO jobs. This research really surprised me. Here we go. Non-corporate CEO jobs. Statistically, there is almost no chance at $250,000 a year ever. I'm going to just let that sink in. Did the research earlier, okay? For most jobs that are non-CEO top tier corporate, like top tier corporate, there is no chance at $250,000 a year. There's just no chance. Even the best welder, the welders and the guys that work offshore at the plants, they can make 100-some thousand. They're going to work 12 days on the boat and 12 days off, but they can make 100,000. Your welders, your construction workers, if they really work hard all year long and they don't get rained out, those professions can make 100,000. They're never going to be home. It's hard on your body, but none of them are clocking $250,000 a year. Even the Michael Jordan of welding, whoever that is, buddy of mine, live in Louisiana. Louisiana has a contest called Welder of the Year. He won Welder of the Year. He ain't clocking nowhere near 200, much less 250. And he's the greatest welder in Louisiana, the best. And that's a huge welding state. So just understand in network marketing, though, you cannot even be the Michael Jordan network marketing and still make more than any other job in the world will pay you. Over $250,000 a year. You will make that network marketing. You won't make it as a cop, teacher, welder, construction worker, nurse. Those jobs don't exist at that level of money. You can be the best nurse in the history of nursing. You're not making $250,000 a year. No, I'm sorry. You could be the best cop. You can be the Michael Jordan of police, the LeBron James of the cop world. You're not making you don't even have the possibility to make $250,000 a year, much less $1 million. You can't, no matter how hard you work. Now just think about that. And that's all the jobs: social worker, retail store manager, graphic designer, customer service reps, teachers, all this type of stuff. It doesn't exist. Now, network marketing, okay? If you want to be the best, you want to be the Michael Jordan, you want to be the LeBron James of network marketing, you want to be that, millions. Not $250,000 a year, millions. Will it take 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week? Yes. Will it take 4 hours once you retire and become a full-time network marketer? Will it take 4 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week? Yes. Yes. But you will make $250,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. $500,000. Okay? My best day ever was like $46,000. Well, no, not lie. My best day ever was $26,000. At HBN. It's happened several times. 26 grand in one day? What are you talking about? Can't no job do that. You can't, what? But these are what the real numbers are. So here's the best part as we close the call. Here's the best part. All of those jobs that we talked about, I'm not down on those jobs. I love those jobs. Everybody needs teachers and cops and nurses, and we need all of those jobs. We do. DoorDash, we need all of that. But here's the best part. Keep your job, but do network marketing too. You see? Do both And then after 5 or 10 years, 15 years, then choose one. And I know which one you're going to choose. So I already know. Keep your job. Keep your benefits. Do what Coach Marcus does. He's brilliant. Literally, keep your job, keep your benefits, build this business on the side, but really build it though. Like don't all this start, stop, don't do all that. That's a waste of everybody's time. MLM is the only opportunity where you can make real money in part-time hours with low startup costs and a financial upside that's so huge, there's no limit. Every other job you're capped, okay? So it's not either or for most people, it's both. Do both. Like, why have a job that you know is never going to pay you your dream money or make your dream life, but you're ignoring a 2-hour-a-day business that can give you that, and it's not asking you to get rid of your job. In fact, we ask you to keep them. Coach Marcus got another direct message from me yesterday. Don't quit yet, bro. I know it's crazy. I know you don't want to be there, but without you, we can't show people that someone who's worked a 40-hour work week for Lord knows how many years has made over $5 million in network marketing commissions. We have to have Coach Marcus's example because people won't believe me. I did it, but I retired because I got tired of getting shot at. So being a cop is difficult, all right? So you don't need luck, you need leverage. We got all of that for you here. You don't need a perfect market. You just need you to be predictable behaviors and have what you're doing duplicatable. So that's the only question that remains is the only thing. Are you willing to start? Are you willing to press on? And are you willing to finish? Because if you're willing to finish, there is residual income waiting for you. With all those other jobs, even the ones that will pay you $100-some thousand a year like a nurse, stop showing up and watch what happens to your money. In network marketing, by the time you build up that $100-some thousand, $200-some thousand, $300,000 a year income, 80% of that is going to be residual, if not all of it. It is a very, very special feeling. And if there was a career or any type of job, anything I could do where I could get that type of residuals and for this amount of effort, not this amount of effort or whatever, I would do it and I would tell you about it. But it simply doesn't exist in the world today. Network marketing is it's the last bastion of free enterprise. It's the only thing that exists like that. Over the course of the last hour, I've taken you through all of the careers, how it works, how much time. You could be a teacher 30 years and the best teacher in the world, 30 years in a row, best teacher in the world. You'll never make more than $100,000, 101 in California. You'll never make it. Good luck. Good luck. You'll never make a quarter. Good luck. You could be a network marketer and not even the best in the world, but you could be the best network marketer for 3 to 5 years, $250,000 a year for the rest of your life. It's not even a close comparison, but here's the best part. You don't have to choose either or. You can do both, and we highly recommend that you do. And you want to be one of the people like Miss Charlotte. You say, Miss Charlotte, she started building and she finished it. Coach Marcus started building and he finished it. Coach Seymour started building and he finished it. Miriam, she started building and she finished it. You don't want to be one of the people like, hey, Sydney started building. I don't know what happened. You don't want to that Will guy. He started building, but he ain't make it. I don't know what happened to him. I think he went back and got a job. You don't want that. You want to be the starter and the finisher. Okay. You don't have to do your network marketing or your job. You can do both. It's like starting and finishing. Do both. Okay. That's just how it is. All right. So thank you, Coach Marcus, putting on this call. That's my time for tonight. Thank you, Sid, for getting Sydney with the note game, getting people notes right out here. Law of compensation. Coach Marcus said yesterday, he worked yesterday, did not work yesterday, and made $1,000. Yes, and you should. And you should, because he's put the work in. Okay. I was here when he was here. I watched him do the work that we're talking about. I watched him. He's never missed a single boot camp. I've watched him. He's never missed it. He don't miss calls. He just got a full-time job and a family and puts the work in. And no matter what's going on with his life, he puts the work in. Miss Charlotte, I have watched her. She don't miss nothing. She has put the work in. She's supposed to be the 6-figure earner that she is now. And she'll probably be over $250,000 by the end of the year, simply because I see things coming behind the scenes that I cannot wait to share with y'all that are going to make this thing go a lot faster for you. So that's what we got. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. God bless. We will see you tomorrow. At 7 o'clock, Coach Marcus has got what I think is arguably the most important call that we have on a weekly basis at 7 p.m. Central tomorrow. It is the testimonial call. If you have guests, that's the call you want to get them to. If it's you want to be on that call. You're going to hear testimonials about the products, which are amazing, life transformation stuff. You're going to hear some testimonials about the income, like Coach Seymour shared, life-changing type stuff. And that is one of the biggest belief building calls in the industry. I'll see y'all back Tuesday night. Got a fun call scheduled with y'all Tuesday night. Coach Sonic, 8 p.m. Wednesday. Coach Tina and Marcus at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. respectively. Coach Kim as well with the Detox Divas. Those calls have been on fire lately. And then Friday we're off, and we'll see you Saturday night for the Franchise Factor. That was a great call yesterday as well. And try to attend the calls live if you can, because a lot of amazing information gets shared off the recording. That's just really, really good. But we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Yep, I will post the Bible study call, Richard, in the Bible study group. We got to redo that one because we had internet issues earlier today, but that's okay. Thank y'all for being patient with me. And we will I will post that new call there. All right. So good night. God bless. Thank you again, Sydney, Miriam, and Coach Marcus for putting this thing together. And we will see y'all on the next one.